I don't think you need to spend $200 to get a good bottle of whiskey. I think you could spend a little less than 50 bucks. So what I did today is I put something together for you. I've got a Jack Daniel's Old No. 7, I got a Dewar's 12-year, I got a Shieldaig 12-year, and I've got a Glenlivet 12-year. You know, I know this is an American whiskey, Tennessee to be exact, but, you know, whiskey's whiskey to me. I know some people are like, oh, some of them are Scotch, some of them come from Japan, it doesn't matter. Whiskey's whiskey. That's how I view it. That's how I'm going to share it with you as the viewer, because that's how we should look at it together. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this up first. This is the Jack Daniel's Old No. 7. I mean, it's a good one. I've had it quite a bit, especially when I've traveled. You know, in a lot of different countries, people really like this, especially when I was in Africa, when I was in Cameroon for some reason. But, you know, really enjoyed it. They drink it with a lot of Coca-Cola, and that's fun. You know, if you want to mix your whiskey, that's up to you. But I've enjoyed it with plenty of Coca-Cola. Now, do I drink it a lot now? Not really. You know, I cut back on drinking over the years, and I enjoy a lot more of the fancy stuff or the things that are a little bit more elevated. And so, you know, I seek that out instead. But, you know, still something that I enjoy, and we're going to see how it compares to these other bottles. All right, so finishing up with the 12-year from Glenlivet. And when we're looking at prices, we're looking at about 25 to 30 bucks here on the Jack Daniel's Old No. 7. We're looking at about 25 to 35 on this Dewar's 12-year. We're looking at the Shieldaig, it's about 30 to 40 bucks. And we're looking at the Glenlivet Founders Reserve, it's about 35 to 40 bucks at the time of us shooting this. And those are pretty typical prices, honestly, globally. So it's not just here in the United States. I'm gonna go ahead and put this Old No. 7 on my nose. I mean, it's alcohol forward. That's what you expect from something kind of young. I mean, you do get a little bit of vanilla. Almost like a little bit of charcoal. And maybe a banana bread, something like that. You know, I would say banana pill, but it's not quite that nice. But yeah, banana bread, you know, almost like something that's been cooked. The 12-year, your honey, your citrus. Almost like a little bit of floral note also on Dewar's 12-year. Comes together pretty good, actually. I gotta say, the nose on the 12-year is pretty good. Haven't really liked it that much on my palate, but we're gonna make a comparison and see what we think. The Shieldaig. This is the Rum Cask finish. I mean, you get like a little bit of molasses and maybe some tropical fruit, a little bit more spiciness on the nose, which is nice. And it gives you almost like that, you know, that itchy sensation in your nose, which is, you know, good. I mean, this smells like Glenlivet. Almost every Glenlivet has a similar signature smell. It's like you're almost getting like a green apple, lemon zest, a little bit of oak. You know, it smells fruity, but I would say orchard fruit. But nice. Reminds me of Glenlivet for sure. Got some water to go along with the tasting, as you should do as well. Always drink responsibly. And then I got some little pairings to go along with it, because, you know, I like pairings with my whiskey. I like pairings with all my alcohol. So I've got a chocolate-covered pineapple, some crackers that are just really basic crackers, some chocolate-covered pistachios, some chocolate-dusted almonds, and a little cracker that I like that comes from Peru that's got chocolate with like a salty cracker on the inside, and then Ferrero Rocher. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and put it on my palate. I'm going to start here from the Old No. 7 and work my way down. And then I'm going to go back and work in the other direction. You know, we'll see what we think. It's that sweet corn, a little bit of charcoal smoke. And I would say you would kind of get some banana out of it. And that's normally what it tastes like to me. So there's a little bit of vanilla, but it's more like a sweet corn. It's very bold, and it does give you a bit of a burn, and that's why I say normally it's made for mixing. Let's go with the 12-year from Dewar's, which I've actually learned to enjoy Dewar's over the year. You should do as well. They've got a lot of really great offerings, especially the double age process, something to learn about. We've got a great comparison on the channel as well. A little bit of vanilla cream, honey, like almost like a biscuit kind of flavor as well. Nice. A little bit of a bite, a little bit of a burn, but nothing too intense. You know, at a $30 price point, not bad. Let's go with the Shieldaig 12-year. You gotta remember, the younger it is, the less time it has to mellow, and it's a little less complex. But it doesn't mean it's terrible. It just means it's still good for the price point. That's why I'm bringing up the Jack Daniel's in this group, because this is a go-to for a lot of people. And how do these measure up against it? If you wanted to mess with some Scotch. I mean, it's different. This is different than the ones I've tasted so far. You almost get some pineapple, some caramel, a little bit of white pepper. Not much of a bite. Actually, a lot more smooth than I expected. And nice. I really like the Shieldaig 12-year. Balance things out real quick. Top of the Glenlivet. The Glenlivet reminds me of good old times with my buddy Rami. He used to have a restaurant called Scotch and Sausage that we enjoyed in Dallas. And I got to say, this was something that we used to drink together. Still enjoy it to this day. You get a little bit of apple, you get a little bit of lemon, a little bit of soft spice, but nothing too intense, nothing that overpowers you. And honestly, smoothness. It's actually nice. So I'm going to start back with the 12. I haven't picked the top 3 yet. I think I need to run through it one more time. Then I'll pick my top 3. Just a nice, really good whiskey. 39 rocks. I'm drinking straight. Haven't really drank it mixed too much, but always been a good one. It's got a little bit more of a punch to it, a little more spiciness, but honestly, it's very nice. You know, good mouthfeel. I'd say this has got a little bit more oil. And I like oiliness in my whiskey. I like good texture in my mouth. Just have white pepper, a little bit more pepperness. Let's go with the number 7 again. I mean, for them to be distinct and different, this one would probably be out of the running. These would be my 3. If I had to make a decision between those 3, I'm going to have to say that my number 1, which is a little bit of an upset for me, would be my Shieldaig. My number 2 would be the Glenlivet, and my number 3 would be the Jack Daniels. So number 3 here at the Jack Daniels, I think that's a pretty good choice for this one. I think it's a great mixer. I think it's honestly really good, even against this Dewar's 12-year. The Glenlivet 12, I got a lot of nostalgia with this one. It's actually really good. It's got that Glenlivet kind of punch, and it's also got that citrus apple kind of scent mixture in your face with a little bit of spiciness. And the Shieldaig, it's just special. There's something different about it. It's smooth, it's balanced, it's understated quality. And for $25 to $35, you can't really beat that. You know, I wanted to bring this to your attention because on my channel, you might see a lot of the high-end bottles that I offer, and a lot of those comparisons that go into these really expensive bottles, and that is Scotch. That's just like, it's the same thing in wine and nice watches. Watches, whiskeys, and wines, that's what my channel is about. But there's also affordable items, things that I like, things that I enjoy, and things that I recommend to other people, especially if you're entering in or you just don't like to spend that much money. So I'm going to bring more of that stuff onto this channel so we can talk about it. I'm also going to have some giveaways. I got some amazing things for the community, and I want to do an amazing kind of food, you know, special day where I have food and I have pairings, and then I have a wine flight and a whiskey flight for some special people that are joining my channel. So please share that information. Let's continue to grow, and I love you guys being part of my community. Thank you.